Welcome to Election 2021. Today we are having our candidate debate amongst our Democrat and Republican. Our third party candidate is here as a guest and will be making a statement at the end of the debates. Before we begin, debate moderators, please introduce yourselves.
My name is Victor Santos. I'm Albert Honcala.
I'm Brianna Robles.
Okay, great. And then candidates, please introduce yourselves.
I'm Ethan Amesqua, the Democratic candidate.
I'm Alex Salkis. I'm the Republican candidate.
Oh, and I'm Sergio Carvajal, third party candidate.
All right, thank you. Okay, take it away, debate moderators.
The U.S. spends around $800 billion a year on military spending. Do you think we need more or less for the budget? Let's start with the Democrat.
I think if we lower military spending, we can put it more into things like the economy and possibly education, so that would be an all-around good thing.
I would say the same thing as him. I would say it would be good.
Sergio's not participating in this part.
Okay, so poverty and homelessness is still a major issue in America. What will you do to change that? Start off the Republican.
What I would do to change it is I would open homeless centers for the homeless.
I would first go through programs that would help homeless people deal with substance abuse, because that's a major reason why they don't go into homeless shelters, because they often use drugs and alcohol, and that would overall help them get into homeless shelters.
For the U.S. job, you have to be 18 to apply to sign the thing. Would you change it or would you make it still mandatory? This is you start with Democrat.
I think that the draft should not be a thing.
I would say that you shouldn't be required to participate in the draft.
Gun violence is a big problem in America. How would you take reform?
So first, I would, for you to own a firearm, you have to first take a mental test to see if you're mentally fit to carry such a weapon, and possibly ban automatic weapons.
What I would do is I would allow for the sales of automatic weapons, and also I would lower the gun age to 18 to purchase a firearm.
Okay, so with many people transitioning in this country, saying they're born in the wrong body, do you think it should be allowed for kids or teens to transition when their brain hasn't been fully developed? Okay.
I think they should, because it is their right. What right do we have to police their bodies? They have a right to their own bodies.
Could you repeat the question again?
With many people transitioning in this country, saying they're born in the wrong body, do you think it should be allowed for kids or teens to transition when their brain hasn't been fully developed?
I don't think they should be allowed to transition because their brain hasn't fully developed.
What's your opinion on the COVID vaccine being mandatory? Do you agree or disagree with it, and why?
I think like other vaccines in the past that we've taken, like things for chickenpox and things like that, it should be mandatory because it is a health concern.
I disagree. I don't think it should be mandatory. I think everyone should have the right if they want to take the vaccine or not.
How do you feel about states like Texas making abortion illegal?
I think it's unfair, because why should we police other people's bodies when we don't make things mandatory for other people? Why just do it for women? You're just policing women's bodies.
I would say the same thing. I don't think that should be required.
Okay, so we have seen many countries in Europe and even our close neighbors, Canada, have free healthcare. Should America follow in their footsteps?
Yes, because in our rights we have life, liberty, and health is a part of life, so we should have it a free healthcare for everyone.
I would say so too. I think that all citizens deserve free healthcare.
Should the faculty members be paid more and what?
Which faculty members will
Like schools, universities, high schools, any
definitely
education.
definitely education faculty members should be increased because they're helping foster our new generation.
I would say so too. I think that their pay should be increased because they're helping the youth.
The 20-year war on terror recently ended. How do you feel about the way that the current president, Joe Biden, brought back troops from Afghanistan, but left billions of dollars worth of U.S. equipment over there?
I think it was necessary to back out of Afghanistan, but they needed to handle that situation better.
Uh, I think that they should have kept the troops there and they should have took care of the situation before they came back.
In the last couple of years, there has been a rise in the minimum wage. Will the trend continue with you as president?
Yes, and once if our minimum wage increases, that means more people will get jobs and help foster our economy.
I would say so, yes, too, because it'll create more jobs and more money for the citizens.
With racism and sexism going around more lately, what are some changes or some things that you would do to ensure that everyone feels equal? So
So in things like schools, we would overall we should help programs that help foster things like racial and gender equality to help change the views of these people and have that for things like school and work.
What I would do is I would enforce more policies, more gender related policies to keep everything more equal.
There's a lot of evidence that climate change is very real and approaching very fast. How would you address that problem?
So first, I would go back into the Paris Agreement in the UN. Second, going to try and create more safe, clean energy. And third, try and help our environment to have more things that take away carbon dioxide.
I would try to switch everything over to electric and just try to conserve on oil related things.
Okay, America has been in a losing battle with the war on drugs. What are your plans to change that? Okay.
So first, obviously, help create programs that would help lower uh, drug use and first have it targeted towards kids because they're our new generation. They shouldn't be using things like drugs and alcohol.
I would do the same. I would make more rehab centers and try to create more programs to help with drug use.
what changes will be made for this country and how would it benefit like us as a citizens?
For me, higher wages for most things like teachers so they can better teach our future generation, more materials for them, higher minimum wage, and if we increase our uh, jobs, then we could help lower taxes because it would be the same amount of money coming into the nation and help foster our economy.
What I would try to do is create more buildings and try to create more jobs and open more opportunities for people.
Inmates across America make less than $1 per hour for labor ranging from making license plates to making uniforms, helmets, shoes, and even body armor for the U.S. Army. Is it fair that prisoners make less than a fraction of what minimum wage is? How would you change prison wages?
So I would change prison wages by first making sure that the jobs being done in these prisons is better, because the conditions in these prisons are horrible, and possibly increase the wages because this is just a horrible situation going on.
I would increase the wages as well, because I don't think they're getting paid enough for the job they're working.
Okay, China plays a major part in the U.S. economy. The U.S. relies heavily on them, although China produces the second most pollution in the world. Will you stray away from them, or will you keep relying on them?
I think by possibly making more industry here in America, we could possibly start to stray away from relying so heavily on China, and like probably denounce all the pollution they're putting into the world.
I would try to not rely on China and try to open factories here.
Should labor workers be paid more, like construction, warehouse workers?
Yes, I think so, because they play a vital role in our economy by building the buildings that will help be in the future, businesses and other things like that.
Now, could you repeat the question?
Should labor workers be paid more?
Yeah, I think labor workers should be paid more.
How do you plan to fight police brutality?
So first, I would increase police training time, because if the police were trained not to do things like that, it would make our justice system better and stop the mass incarceration and lower police brutality.
I would enforce more laws on law enforcement, giving them less freedom with what they can do.
Many people are being dissatisfied with the taxes in this country. Do you plan on making any changes?
Yes, as more people go into jobs, if there's enough people in the jobs, we could lower the taxes, because as more people go into jobs, the taxes will be lower, because the same amount of taxes will still come to the government, but it'll be lower for the people.
I would lower taxes as well. And the way we could lower taxes is by creating more jobs and getting more people to work.
The military has a lot of power. So would you increase, decrease, or keep their power the same?
I would possibly decrease their weapon production and things like that, so we could help the economy focus on more things other than that. And that's the only thing I think I would do for now.
I would increase the military and have a more powerful military, just in case anything were to happen.
Should the death penalty be banned nationwide, or should that be left up to the state's decision?
I think that the death penalty should be banned, because it should be followed under criminal and just punishment. We aren't barbarians anymore. We can't just be killing people in prisons.
I would also ban it, because I don't think we should be killing people.
Okay, so with what you've heard from the other candidate, what makes you a better option to lead this country?
I think that I am the most intelligent choice, because I have great policies and I'm always on time, and I do all my work and make sure that everything is done correctly.
I think I'm the better candidate because I'll enforce new policies to help America, and I'll make sure America is great again.
All right. So at this time, we are going to give every candidate to leave us with their parting statement. what they want us to know about why they'd be the best candidate. I know that you guys were kind of on that with the last question. But if there's anything else that you would like to say to us, you have 45 seconds to do that, and Robert will be timing you. Let's start with Alex.
So I'm saying like why they should pick me, right?
Correct.
Alright, so why they should pick me is because I'll help lower taxes for America. And also, I'll make sure that I stand by the Second Amendment and keep all sales of firearms still legal. And I'll enforce new policies to lower police brutality. And that's it.
Okay. And then although Alex and Ethan did not invite Sergio to the debate, we are giving him a chance to give a candidate statement. So Sergio, you have 45 seconds to tell us what you want us to know about you as a candidate.
Okay. I think they should vote for me, and I think I'm the best choice, obviously, because I would help and add more benefits to the elderly, as well as the veterans that have served in forces for this country. Also, pay more attention to global warming, because that's important. Like, we're killing the planet, and yeah.
Okay. And then Ethan.
So I think I am the best choice for president because I think I'm the most intelligent choice. I would increase wages for everyone. I would lower the taxes with more jobs. I would also lower the mass incarceration because all the policies I would doing to decrease police brutality and increase police training. I would also help things like teachers and workers by helping them give more programs and more materials for all they want. And overall, I'm just the best choice because I have opinions and I stand by them.
Okay, thank you. And then you have 20 seconds to say whatever you want to say. If you want to refute anything that has been said, Sergio.
Oh, me too?
You have
About the
20
questions?
seconds. 20 seconds.
To say what?
Whatever you want. If you want to respond to anything that they said.
Okay, first of all, Ethan is not the best choice. Yeah, he's the one that kicked me out. Second of all, Alex doesn't even know what he's doing. And like, third, I'm the third party candidate, and like, I'm a Taurus. I don't know what you are. I think you're a Virgo. And this one is a Pisces. Pisces, nah. Taurus, yeah.
Okay, Alex.
I have nothing to say.
All right, Ethan.
I don't think that you want a candidate that's against gay rights and doesn't do their work.
Okay.